Good morning. It is Tuesday, April 23rd. Today is the memorial of St. George and the memorial of St. Adalbert of Prague. This is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Is the mental health crisis and church attendance linked? More on that in a moment, but first, this news. Monroe County prosecuting attorney Jeffery Yorkey says he expects to make a decision on charges today for the woman who crashed into the Swan Boat Club over the weekend. Yorkey says the sheriff's department had additional investigations that must be completed before charges are determined. The 66-year-old woman is accused of crashing into the boat club while driving while intoxicated, which caused the death of 2 children and injured almost a dozen others. An official date and time for the charge announcement has not yet been set. The family of 25-year-old Samuel Sterling is demanding Michigan State Police release video footage of an unmarked cruiser hitting and killing him in Kentwood last week. Sterling's family and supporters, including sister Micaiah Sterling, gathered Saturday at the Burger King parking lot near the intersection of 52nd Street and Eastern Avenue, where he was hit while fleeing from police as they were trying to arrest him on several felony warrants.
We still grieving, you know what I'm saying? We hurt, we broken. I've been crying, I haven't slept, I haven't ate, because this is my baby.
The family also wants the name released of the officer who hit him as well. Michigan State Police say Sterling was spotted by a fugitive team at a gas station around 11:30 Wednesday morning when he ran away when they approached him. Detroit Police Chief James White is reassuring the city and the country that they are ready for the NFL draft.
We are committed. We are excited for our city. We are on an international stage, and I'm excited for the city of Detroit to show the world that we are prepared both with law enforcement and community to have a safe and welcoming event.
The chief says they have been planning for this event for over a year. The NFL draft begins Thursday night, and the Chicago Bears have the first pick. A local Catholic high school student will be on the stage for the NFL draft this week. Kandakai Sherman is a senior at De La Salle High School in Warren and was chosen to be part of the New Era Hand the Cap and Nike Jersey Run. It's an opportunity for high school student athletes to hand NFL prospects their hat for the team they are drafted by or run the player's jersey to the commissioner for the on-stage announcement. Sherman told the Detroit Catholic he is committed to play football at Cornell next year and will study global development. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is declining to protect lake sturgeon as threatened or endangered wildlife. The service says while their population in the Great Lakes and the Midwest is less than 1% of historic levels, efforts to restore their numbers are showing progress. The state of Michigan has worked to restock lake sturgeon since the early 2000s, and fishermen are limited to specific areas where they can fish for the species. The agency says they can revisit the decision in the future. You're listening to Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. Your local weather is coming up next. Now this.
Do you have a teenager at home who's full of potential? Too often the world is telling you to be content with mediocrity instead of raising respectful and responsible young adults with strong character. Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Ray. If you need some help, not only to navigate those teen years, but to really enjoy them, check out my book, Standing Strong, Good Discipline Makes Great Teens, as well as my other books on the store page at AveMariaRadio.net.
Today in Detroit, showers are likely this afternoon, mainly after 2 p.m. Our high today will be in the low 60s. Tonight, the showers taper off around 8 p.m. We'll have mostly cloudy skies for the remainder of the night, with lows in the upper 40s. Tomorrow, expect cloudy skies in the morning, then clearing. Highs will be in the lower 50s. Thursday will be sunny with highs in the upper 50s, and Friday warms up with cloudy skies and highs in the upper 60s. Today in Saginaw, expect showers as you're heading into work or daily mass. After that, it will be cloudy with highs in the mid-60s. Tonight, the chance of showers and thunderstorms returns, tapering off around midnight. Lows will dip to the mid-30s. Tomorrow starts cloudy, then gradually becoming clearer. Temperatures will be in the mid-40s. Thursday, it looks to be sunny with highs in the upper 50s. And Friday warms up with cloudy skies and temperatures in the upper 60s. A Harvard University professor recently suggested that the decline in church attendance around the country could be connected to the mental health crisis. Teresa Tomeo and Chuck Gatica talked about it. More on Catholic Connection.
So I think the answer is yes, and I think this Harvard professor suggests that many studies are showing that in this time of anxiousness and of depression and increasing suicide and so many mental health issues that we have, that this issue of declining church attendance can directly be linked to the idea of a mental health crisis. I don't think it's a stretch. There really is a connection of people who are not attending church any longer. They're self-identifying. They're literally saying, no, we haven't attended in the past week. And so what is happening?
It really is, I think, important to examine because, and you know this, and not only in your own journey, but if you look again at the evidence, there is a connection between the spirituality. We're not just bodies, nor are we just souls floating around, right? There is a connection between the spiritual and the physical. Well, and I think, as a wellness coach, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a trainer, I can't write a prescription. But if I could write a big RX for everybody, I would say strongly consider, not if you're listening and you say, well, I attend church, I go to Mass maybe once a month or something. Well, maybe you increase that. Maybe you know someone who you could find this article or articles like it and forward it to them. Maybe that could also include a personal invitation, because just to send people data, that works for some of us. And what's interesting in this article, they point out that when attending religious services, we tend to find a robust, that's the word used, sense of self-worth. We can find a balance between that and humility. We can find something greater than self. And they also point out, it's an asterisk, but it's a really important thing. If you are going through a mental health or a physical health crisis and you do attend a worship service and you think that's going to cure you, well, of course, we know this is in God's time. So we've got to be careful that we don't tell everybody, well, rush to Mass and that's going to change everything in your physical or mental health life. That's not the point.
Catholic Connections coming up today at 8 a.m. right here on Ave Maria Radio. St. Peter Damian says, truly, we must be cleansed of the stains of our past sins and be resplendent in the virtue of our new way of life. Then we can be confident of celebrating Easter worthily and of truly following the example of the blessed martyrs. I'm Matthew Handley. That does it for this edition of Michigan Mornings. You can stay connected with me on X. I'm at Radio Handley. Lord willing, I'll talk to you again tomorrow. And until then, goodbye.